If you've ever looked at the Subaru Crosstrek and thought, this thing makes a lot of sense, but I just wish it had more power and better fuel economy, you are not alone. The exact complaint has followed the Crosstrek for years, and for 2026, Subaru finally answers it. The 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Limited Hybrid, which you see here, keeps everything people already like about the Crosstrek: comfort, visibility, all-wheel drive confidence, and adds something it's never truly had before: meaningful hybrid performance. Today, we're breaking down why this might quietly become one of the smartest small SUV buys heading into 2026. Before we dive in, quick reminder: when you start shopping for any new or used vehicle, always check real dealer pricing first. You can see actual offers in your area for free at quotes.everymandriver.com. There's also a link below. It's one of the easiest ways to avoid overpaying and see how much room there really is to negotiate. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. The Crosstrek has always lived in a very specific space. It's not a flashy crossover trying to look sporty. It's not a bare-bones economy car either. It's the vehicle people buy when they want something dependable, easy to drive every day, and capable when conditions get ugly. Snow, rain, gravel roads, uneven pavement. The Crosstrek has built its reputation on staying calm when other small SUVs feel out of their element. For 2026, Subaru keeps that identity intact, but strengthens the foundation. The lineup gets a more powerful standard engine, and for the first time, a true hybrid option that does not compromise traction or usability. From the outside, the Crosstrek Limited Hybrid looks familiar, and that's intentional. Subaru did not chase extreme styling trends here. The upright stance, protective cladding, and short overhang still signal practicality. This is a vehicle meant to be used, not babied. The limited trim adds a more polished look with upgraded wheels and cleaner details, but it never feels delicate or overly fancy. That's a good thing, right? This design choice matters. Buyers who gravitate toward the Crosstrek usually want something they don't have to worry about: door dings, muddy shoes, dirty gear. This is still an SUV that can handle real life without constant stress. Inside, it continues that theme of thoughtful simplicity. Visibility is excellent in all directions, which immediately reduces fatigue in traffic and parking lots. The driving position is upright, natural, and controls fall right where you'd expect them to be. Subaru does not overcomplicate the cabin, and again, that's to your advantage. Materials in the vehicle, my limited hybrid, feel more refined than older Crosstreks. Surfaces are softer where your hands rest, and the overall layout feels calmer and more modern. The large vertical touchscreen, do you like it?, brings the interior up to date. But Subaru wisely keeps physical buttons for climate and key functions. Thank you, Subaru. That matters on cold mornings, bumpy roads, and when you just don't want to poke at a screen. Seat comfort is a strong point here. Front seats work well for those long drives, and the rear seat is usable for adults, not just the kiddos. Cargo space remains one of the Crosstrek's quiet strengths. Even with the hybrid system on board, it still handles groceries, sports gear, luggage, and weekend equipment without issue. Fold the rear seats down, and it becomes surprisingly versatile for its size. Now let's talk about the biggest change for 2026, the hybrid powertrain. Subaru finally moves away from the old underpowered engine that held the Crosstrek back. Gas models now get a stronger engine across the board, but the limited hybrid goes even further. The hybrid system combines a 2.5-liter engine with electric motors for a combined output of around 194 horsepower. That number doesn't scream performance, but the difference behind the wheel is obvious. Power delivery is smoother. Throttle response is more immediate. The Crosstrek no longer feels strained when pulling away from a stop or climbing a hill. This is where hybrids really shine in everyday driving. You're not flooring it as often. The vehicle feels calmer, more confident, and easier to live with. Highway merges feel less stressful, and stop-and-go traffic becomes smoother and quieter. Power flows through a continuously variable transmission, or CVT. Yes, it can still make noise when pushed hard, and that has always been a Subaru trait. But because the hybrid system adds torque, you spend less time pushing it. In normal driving, the experience feels more relaxed and refined than before. And just as important, Subaru does not mess with its core advantage, and that is, it's all-wheel drive. Every Crosstrek Hybrid comes standard with Subaru's all-wheel drive system. No extra cost, no special packages. It's just there, always working in the background. That's a huge advantage over many competitors that either skip all-wheel drive entirely or they charge extra for it. On the road, the Crosstrek Limited Hybrid feels composed and predictable. Steering's light and accurate, ride quality again comfortable over broken pavement, and the suspension does a good job absorbing those bumps without feeling soft. This again is not a sporty SUV, but it is an easy one to drive every day, which is what most buyers actually want. Technology in the Crosstrek finally feels fully modern. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available, pairing's quick, and the system responds without lag. Menus are straightforward, and you don't have to dig through layers just to do simple tasks. Optional premium audio adds depth for those longer trips, making highway drives more enjoyable. Safety is one of Subaru's strongest selling points, and this vehicle continues that tradition. Subaru's EyeSight system comes standard and includes adaptive cruise control, lane centering, and automatic emergency braking. These systems are tuned smoothly, not aggressively, which helps reduce fatigue instead of adding stress. Let's talk fuel economy, another major reason this hybrid exists. While final official numbers were not available at the launch, early indications suggest a meaningful improvement over the gas Crosstrek without sacrificing all-wheel drive or its capability. That balance is important, don't you think? Many hybrids force buyers to give up traction. Subaru does not. When you compare this vehicle to its rivals, its appeal becomes much clearer. The Honda HR-V, for example, comfortable but slower and front-wheel drive by default. The Hyundai Kona and Volkswagen Taos offer turbo engines and flashy screens, but they don't match Subaru's confidence in bad weather. The Mazda CX-30 feels sharper to drive, after all it is a Mazda, but gives up rear space and ride comfort. The Crosstrek, I think, plays the long game, and it plays it well. It focuses on ownership ease, real-world confidence, and daily usability instead of chasing headlines. Pricing places the limited hybrid near the top of the Crosstrek lineup, but it earns its spot. You're paying for added power, expected fuel savings, standard all-wheel drive, and Subaru's long-term reputation. For buyers who plan to keep their vehicle for many years, and they usually do, that value adds up quickly. So, who should buy this vehicle? This is for people who want a vehicle that simply works. Snowy winters, rough roads, tight parking lots, long commutes, weekend trips. It handles all of it without drama. If your priorities are reliability, confidence, comfort, efficiency, this Crosstrek makes a very strong case for that. It's especially appealing for buyers in cold climates and areas where road conditions change fast. You see them a lot in the Northeast as well as the Pacific Northwest. The 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Limited Hybrid does not try to reinvent the small SUV. Instead, it fixes the Crosstrek's biggest weaknesses while doubling down on its strengths. More power, better efficiency, standard all-wheel drive again, and everyday usability. That combination is exactly what many buyers have been waiting for. And when you're ready to shop, remember this: pricing and incentives vary widely by the region. Before you commit to anything, compare real dealer offers in your zip code from qualified dealerships at quotes.everymandriver.com. It's free, it's fast, and gives you leverage before you ever step on a dealer lot. It's all based on zip code again, make, model, and zip code. If you don't find a dealership in your zip code, expand that zip code. If you're willing to travel a little bit outside your area, it could be worth hundreds, possibly thousands in savings just by driving a little bit further. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. There's also a direct link below this video. If this breakdown helped you, and I hope it did, Make sure you are subscribed for daily car reviews, buying advice, and straight talk about the car market. I've been uploading new videos every week since 2012. I really appreciate your support. And let me know in the comments, would you choose the Crosstrek Hybrid or stick with the gas power? Thanks for watching. See you next time. Adios.
One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
You can save $50 right now on the Nuvio Recovery Chiller. It works with any tub, bathtub, cold tub, indoors or out. Just plug it in, set the temperature, and start plunging. Use my code below and grab your deal today. Want to save 5% on your very own at-home barrel sauna? I've partnered with Almost Heaven to hook you up. This has been a game changer for my recovery and daily routine. Use my code and link below and start sweating smarter. You can save 5% on the red light panel that I use every week. This platinum LED Biomax works anywhere, bedroom, gym, recovery room, and is packed with science-backed benefits. Use my code below and start feeling the difference today.